Hello, my name is Beth. I am part of the Weird Draft Games team, also part of Quirky Bird Games. We make TTRPGs there, and I am making one right now. It's a game called Anomaly Detected. It was just something I threw together really fast as an idea for something called the Minimalist TTRPG Jam. And the whole point of that is just to make something in like something like a Google document or word processor, just literally anything where you have like the minimal stuff you can do with something humanly possible. You're not even supposed to like use graphics. You're not even supposed to change the font. In fact, I'm pulling up because why would I ever be prepared? I am pulling up the minimalist TTRPG Jam rules right here now, and I'm going to switch over to that real quick on screen here too. So hmm. There we go. Okay, so this did end yesterday, December 15th at midnight, which would have been technically like 23 hours and some odd ago. But I reached out to Binary Star Games and asked if I could submit late, and they said absolutely. So we'll still be making a game for it. But the basics here are Jam all about primal, elemental, close to the middle game creation. No pictures, no layout, all killer, no filler. Of course, I won't be doing any killing because, friendly stuff here. Fire up Google Docs or the Markdown editor of your choice and go to town. You accept entries to the following conditions. So you make a game with, you can use one of these templates. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to start up a document of my own, which I have done. This is actually the only notes that I've currently have in that document over there. And then we're not going to do any pictures or drawings or diagrams, no additional layout, no ASCII, no tables. It says tables are allowed, but it's encouraged not to use them. So I'm not going to use tables. We're not going to even, I'm going to make the itch page during the stream if everything goes according to plan. It is like almost 11 o'clock tonight, but I'm going to be making an itch page for this game on stream one way or another, whether that's late or not. We'll see. But you're not supposed to stylize that either. So I will show you how to make an itch page for a game, but it's going to be super, super basic. And we'll just do that there. And then that's it. Obviously, no fascist, racist, homophobes, or transphobes. So I'm safe there too. I am none of those things. So we're all good. And yes, Rochelle, no roll tables indeed. There will probably be roll tables in it. They just won't be tables. They'll be like a nice little like lined diagram of things. So I'm wondering actually if I just copy this over to that window, if it'll just like automatically switch over to. Ooh, it did. Fancy. All right, we're learning tonight. All right. So roll bullet points. Exactly, Angel. These are going to be roll bullet points, roll numbered, ordered lists. This is what we're going for. Bam. I have very, very minimal notes because I wanted to keep this something I was going to make on the stream. The game's called Anomaly Detected. It's about noticing and celebrating the differences within ourselves through the lens of a dystopian future. I threw that out in a Discord chat at one point, or a Facebook message chat or something somewhere, and I was like, I actually like that. That's cool. I'm gonna keep it. Don't want to lose the phrasing though. I'm thinking about trying to format it like a memo, which means I'll have to look for memo formatting during stream. Of course, I just kept that as it was worded into the stream, so why not? The idea is to use plain text for everything, like we're supposed to, except that if something is anomalous, it will be in bold and red, which I believe is actually breaking the rules of the jam because I'm using another color, but that's kind of the whole point of this, is that we are breaking rules by being anomalous in the first place. So I will break the rules of the jam as well. I'm already breaking them by being a little late. So they have all of that going. And then the premise is to we'll have lists of things that could be anomalies in different dystopian realities. Like in one, maybe saying nice things to other people is breaking thing. Like we're in a very harsh reality where people only say mean, cold things to each other, and so saying nice things is anomalous. Or wearing anything aside from like a uniform of some sort. And then the premise will be that you'd have to, once you've come up with this, what makes somebody an anomaly or not, whether it's something you would actually go with yourself and just be like, you know what, fine. I don't care about never saying nice things to people anyway. Like most people don't deserve nice quick words. So I'll just, do those in the privacy of my home where hopefully the world can't hear it. Or if you would if you'd risk being an anomaly. So that's the quick rundown of what I've got here. This is going to be super easy to start up a document because instead of going into Canva, I just have to hit Control Enter and boom, new page. Now we're set. Okay. So first I need to find out how we're going to do this as a memo. So let me Google memos really quick because that's super entertaining stuff to watch, I'm sure. Memo. And then I'll make it the most basic possible. Okay, I like that. The first one. I use Microsoft Bing, by the way. Don't hate me for that because I get Microsoft Xbox points, for doing so. So what they did is they used the word memo really big. And I want to say that in the minimalist thing, they actually specifically said you could use things like headings. Yeah. No further layout. Avoid alignment changes, markdown, block quotes, ASCII pictorial representations, etc. Try not to mess with form too much. The intent is to focus on what's being written, not how it's shaped on the page. Header 1, 2, 3, bold, italic, order, unordered lists are fine. So we're going to go with heading 1, and I'm keeping this exactly the way it is. So they used Garamond as their font, so I'm going to switch to that too. I'm just trying to hit the find on. Why you gotta be so difficult? There we go. E.B. Garamond. Memo. Oh, that actually looks too fancy for me. I'm going to undo that. With Arial. Arial's the basic. That's cold and dystopian right there, if I ever saw it. All right, so let's go with the title here, actually. And just to be a little stylish, because I said I was going to do this anyway, we will break the rules right off the bat and go with red font there. Let's see here. So this is a game. Okay, so normally in a memo, we are looking at like fields such as to, from, date, and then what it's about, like subject. So to one plus and then the next line is from. Well, that's easy enough. Your friends at the government who love you. Oh, I can't put my sparkles in here because that's a symbol. Well, I can't do this jam. I can't put the sparkles behind my name. So we're done. Have a great night. No. Let's see. Date. I feel like you can't be much colder and more governmental, like necessarily, like in an especially cold way, without just being like today. Huh? The angel's in the same room with me, and she's like can hear me, but I apparently can't hear her. So, oh, hi there, James. Hey, yeah, I remember you coming by or speaking with me on I think it was Duchess's stream. So hey, thanks for coming by, and I hope your sleep goes well when you do sleep. I probably should be in bed about now myself, and I still have like an hour and a half worth of Weird Draft Games work to do. So if you're waiting for a response from the help desk or from uh, like support email for Galactor after games. This is why you're not getting that right now because I'm making a game instead. So there's that. I'm so glad you think Justin is a joy too, James. That's awesome. I agree. Justin is the one on our streams. Normally, it's Justin, Angel, and I. We all stream together. Angel's my partner, and normally Justin runs things because I am kind of all over the place and extremely chaotic energy. So uh, he kind of holds us in check and he runs the games and stuff. So re your undying loyalty to just your undying loyalty. Okay. It feels like a really like fun reminder that like, hey, you know what? Like your loyalty is guaranteed. We're not even gonna have to tell you why you're not gonna be loyal to us because we don't talk about that stuff. So okay. So I've got that down. And why did I close the window that had the memo on it? Because that's what we do when we're tired, apparently. Okay, so then the next thing in the memo is literally just like message, which I will include the word message because why not? That's nope, nope. Yeah, bold is okay. Let's go with heading too, though. So first, in a game, we want to set some. I know it specifically says in this jam that you should like for hard mode. It was way down at the bottom here. I didn't show that part because I don't want to make everybody sick with me scrolling. Aim for like 5 to 10% of the work tops being expository or prose. I'm again not going to do that. The first thing I want to do is set the scene for what this game is. A lot of creators will actually start with like how to win the game or how to play the game as a main thing, and I'll get to that in this heading part. But I personally think, especially with something like this, that it's very important to set a scene that, like, you know what, like, have fun living in this reality. So it's come to our attention that some of your neighbors, friends, loved ones, and let's do you know how you spell that? Like, it's not correcting me, but it's probably because it's all in the capital letters. Yeah, it is cool. Have a great night, James. Thanks for coming by. It was great seeing you here. Let's see. It's coming to our attention that some of your friends, neighbors, loved ones, or people you come across the street are anomalous. As you are well aware, the nearest, I think of a word here that would work. The nearest branch of government, basically, like somebody that's like observatory. There we go. The nearest observation point. I want to copy this. I just don't want to have to keep changing font back and forth all the time. That seemed like a little over the top. Checkpoint. Hey, Zoe, first of all. And yeah, checkpoint is a much better word. I appreciate that. Uh, repeat. That's a really long phrase. I don't want to. Below you'll find a list of offenses that would cause a law-abiding citizen to be deemed anomalous. Oops. Thanks, Grammarly. If anybody is not familiar with Grammarly, it's like the greatest thing ever. It's not always right, but it's really, really nice to just have like little underlines being like, yeah, you're probably wrong right here. You should probably double check that. And it's like, yeah, you're right. How'd you know? So apparently the AI revolution is already happening and we're living it out as I jokingly make a game about it. So that's super cool. We had the last game development stream where Rochelle had submitted an idea for it. They had to make a game based on, and it ended up being very, very fitting for it because it was actually something I was making really late at night, and then I still haven't finished it yet, but it's going to be basically a note from the night before at this point. And now I'm making a game where we mock the AI that has already taken over, so that's super cool. Anyway, and let's change the word message to about. No, that's kind of breaking like the exact form of the memo and being extra cold, but we have to actually be gamey in some way. So preparing for your inspection. That sounds good. That sounds like a good phrase for setup. I am not only in the pocket of Skynet, I am Skynet. It's what's hiding under my hat. That's why I wear such big hats. It's because Skynet's hiding under it. But it's not done yet. It's very, very fragile. So if anyone were to come over to just be like, boop, then like Skynet would be crushed, which I just did. So I'm not doing a great job of protecting it. Okay, so preparing for your inspection. This game, what do I want to do? Like 20-sided die? I don't know. I'll just leave this for now. Law abiding. Oh, I already said rule abiding. One of the things that Angel and I hate the most in going over games is when terms change repeatedly in something. And normally I would just like, at the end of this, I'd be like, abiding. And then I would just be able to see like, okay, these all say rule abiding. Oh, see, I did. There we go. Perfect example. I did that on purpose so you could see what I was talking about. And then that would fix it. So, but I'm trying to do all this like actually going. So hopefully I won't mess up too many times in the process at once. So rule abiding citizen is always prepared. As such, I'm sure you have the following. This has to be no tables, so unordered list. Because unordered list seems like it's especially fitting for something that's breaking like what's expected of you anyway, the like becoming anomalous is. Wow, I can not say anomalous with without like adding 35 syllables in the middle of that word. No, unordered sounds perfect for being anomalous. So, all right. This document. And I think ending things with a period also makes it feel much colder. So at least for right now, I'm going to put in brackets like I don't know if everybody else does this too, but I personally, actually, oh, why did you do that? I didn't say page up. I personally like to put a couple brackets around things so that when I'm done going through the game, like I'm done writing a game and I got to make sure that everything's good, I tried to type in like double bracket, and then all the things I need to finish still are brought up. So like if I'm like, I don't remember what I called this thing, I'll just be like, bracket bracket like rule book, or like dice name or whatever, and then that comes up. So and yes, that's running through my head too, Angel. I'm just sparing everybody the me actually singing it about the doo anomalous thing. I said it right. So there we go. That's it. I just needed to not purposely not sing it, but kind of sing it in spoken word, and then that worked. Okay. Undergoing. Better way to say that. I don't know why. Like it must be late because I'm laughing at something that I'm even writing up myself. Like I've done that before legitimately for something being funny, but like congratulations, you're being expected. It's not that funny, and yet I'm losing it over it. I just said that all of this was about like looking out for other things. So maybe I should just like change this instead. Um Attention to some of your neighbors, blah 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 blah. No, not some people. Our top scientists. Purposely left that so I can copy. Oh, I'm actually going to use that too. There we go. Okay, what's the opposite of intentive? Like with intention. The opposite of that would be like without intending to. Surely is so colder. It matches the insure. Okay, you haven't picked up Mamos have your own. We're wanting to like my go-to with everything is to be as wordy as possible, to be as casual as possible, and it's like this is supposed to be a very cold, impersonal like thing, and I have to keep like overriding that part of myself. So will now it's actually thematic and it all works together instead of like jumping unintentionally. How did I not think of the word unintentionally though? Seriously. Um, and yeah. So it just start a stream like you do, and then like other people will join it and they'll tell you the right words because that's the only way to actually get words. Um, but yes, thank you, Rochelle, for the word unintentionally. Which I can't remember where I even use that now. Unintentionally. I could spell. Okay. Oh no. Am I really gonna have to do this? No one expects the anomalous inspection. The memo is an anomaly diverging from its attention. Angel wins. Yeah, I guess anybody but me wins, at least at this point right now. So, um, yeah, I don't care. This is not cold and impersonal. Um, but no one expects the anomalous inspection. So we're gonna have to go with a reason for why from this point we're not being cold and impersonal, because I'm sick of that already. Um, so let's go with an introduction by someone. My name is like yeah, like the worst possible like name for somebody that would be doing some kind of inspections. Like, okay, let's go to Google then. Really? Like, those are not the names I'm looking for at all. You know what? I'm just gonna throw that down there right now. And if anybody comes up, yeah, Dwight. Okay, Dwight wins. My name is Dwight K. What's German or let's translate something for a last name. English to not English to English, English to Dutch. Inspection. Okay, that works. Why not? This is the Dutch word for inspection. You, I'm going to put brackets around this because I'm sure we can come up with something better later. I just need my trusty, this is my trusty segue, but that's not what I'm going to write. I'm just need my trusty checklist to make sure you're very best citizen you can be. All right. Assistance. There we go. I do have a few. I like that with the quotation marks too. Okay. So first steps first. I feel like okay, so this part of it isn't going to work every time somebody plays it if they replay the thing, but what's the line in Bioshock? Would you kindly? If anybody hasn't played that yet, I'm not going to go any further than saying that. But if you haven't played it yet already from like 20 years ago, I highly suggest you can play Bioshock, the original. And that gives you plenty of room to write your name. Okay, now let's do italics, I guess, for anomalous checks. If you Ooh, another unordered list. There we go. Not true. Ooh, no, 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 no. Capitals. We're going to make that red as heck. Because of anomaly. Okay. And we probably need to describe what points actually are at some point here, huh? So. Oh yeah, I went up there to add the okay, so the paper. Okay, so blank piece of paper. Write down number. Go with 5, and I might make a. Something that you can actually write on later to like a player sheet or something. Might make a sheet later. Because I don't even think I was gonna like make stuff like this. Yeah. Okay, that one's going on the chat. Like I have not legally changed my name yet, so maybe I'll just do that. Like that'll just be the name. Then I can write it down and they'll be like, I doubt that's true, but like it is. So okay. What do we call that thing? Government provided. Like to. I've used that phrase a lot. I'll probably change that later, but okay. List. So activity header 3. I'll just do that. Heading 3. Now we're going to ordered lists. Okay, so we're going to be making a list here of different things in this specific What's the word for that already? Geez, I'm so out of wording right now. Dystopian future. So in this, I forget that you can actually see the screen when I'm scrolling back to figure out what word I was going for. But this dystopian reality, what the activities are that would get you marked as anomalous, and they're all going to be very random things. So let's go with the two that I already had um, written out as examples. So saying kind things about others. I go, that seems like a good way to make being kind to others. Officially sanctioned randomization token. Oh my goodness. I love that so much. That is absolutely going in this. All right. If I could find the right tabs, then we'd be doing that. I've got to copy that though too, so that I can actually get it like word for word. I should just like Rochelle, you should just get on the stream and then you can make the game and then your there we go. And then uh, that was down here. The second example I had was wearing something other than a uniform. Um, these things. Okay, so there's the two I already had. What's next? Okay, so we have at least two things here. So we're gonna do more than I mean minimal it's six, I guess. I mean you could do four, but like we're gonna do more than that. Um activity. So things that would go against the government are things that draw attention to yourself, things that draw attention away from other people. Obviously, speaking out of turn is one of them, but I basically have that for saying kind things about others. Um, there's a part of my brain that's going like, you don't make an outline and then only put an A. You know, like if you're doing this, like it's A and B, and not like what? Let's just do that. There we go. Not there. There. Okay. You ever agree to do things? resources that would be better used, suited to citizens who are viable. There you go. That seems fair. Unsanctioned media consumption. And yeah, the dishwasher being loaded back there. So I can barely hear it, so hopefully it's not coming through, but why did he change that to unsanctioned, like the sanctions? How dare you? See, even my computer is anomalous. Or at least Google is. Or it's pretending to be. See, I'm one of the cool kids. I wouldn't do all this. Nope, not me. Have you ever watched anything you smile? How did the second space get in there? Hmm. I think she's watching is the government show. I don't know. The government radio. What was the phrase you used earlier, Rochelle? It was a government provided, government. There's like barely anything to scroll through here, and I'm still not finding it. How dare they? Anyway, that thing. Government sanctioned media report. Daily. Government sanctioned media report. Consuming. What's the coldest possible term for food or drink? Refreshments or nourishment? Yeah, there we go. I'll just do that. You got any better ideas? Feel free to shout them out in the Bobber in the chat. Oops. I feel like I'm going to need a lot of content warnings for this game. Okay. I'm already forgetting the words I'm using. Just want to say like that's weakness leaving the body, kind of like the whole pain thing, but mitochondrial energy replenishment matter. RARM would be a great abbreviation for that. Um, I really need to make a. Hold on. There you go. That seems fair enough for sneaking that in there, so that like even if somebody were to get this game randomly and like just find it, they wouldn't actually think this is something that like is condoned by me or anything. So, okay. Consuming that changes nourishment incorrectly. Let's see, sixth thing here. What else can you do wrong? I guess really you can do anything wrong. I think that's the messed up thing about all this. So, okay, start of the day, wake up, hitting the snooze button. Okay, so you have mattresses that are soft. You have some that are firm. What's that scale called? Um, Precisely something that's precisely something not too hard, Beth. I'll just call it there for right now, and I'll come back to that. Um, it's so nice being tucked into there. An apostrophe in government. Oh, because I was governments. I was thinking Goldilocks too. That's funny, like the Goldilocks ratio. But like, I think that's something else. Like, there actually is a Goldilocks ratio, but to do Goldilocks ratio is a balance between it and being active, strong, and fit, as well as healthy. So okay, okay. Anyway, this is not the Beth goes down the rabbit hole of ADHD and like Google's everything. Um, and yeah, how dare you cheat the inspection by knowing about how the inspection is going to go, Rochelle? I don't understand. That's very anomalous. Um, so you wouldn't do that, would you? So we're just going to go a 6. So we're going to do 6-sided dice up here. Where was that? Also, sorry for scrolling a bunch. I'm sure that's super fun to watch. And now we're going to go with activity. Break that up into separate questions here instead of that. Oh yeah, I've heard that too. That's true about about planets, Zoe. The Goldilocks ratio being about like if there's an actual amount of like oxygen and like water and all that where something could happen. That's true. Maybe that's where I know it from then, because I definitely did not know it from fitness. Like that's not where that came from. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna break this into the following questions instead. Um, do you currently are you currently go back here a little bit? One time and go at that result. So we're not supposed to do formatting or anything that makes us look fancy. So I am literally just going to hit tab button one time or two times and then put some blanks here instead of even putting like a yes/no, because that's too fancy. First to go with this. We are going to get a little bit fancy here. No, we're not. I'm just going to avoid being fancy, I'll just hit enter twice because I was going to space it nicer. Enter twice works. Oh yeah, yeah. Stargate Universe was Futura. Like they wanted to call it Futura or something like that, and so someone was like, "Isn't that a font?" So yeah, that's probably why I heard about it too. Then, like, it's awesome that you remember that, Angel, because I certainly didn't. Me too, because I had this whole totally different idea for this, and that's the problem with kind of just coming up with the game on the fly. Is that like honestly, I wanted this originally to just be about like looking at the differences in yourself. So maybe I'll do that after like activity 2. So I'm just gonna very quickly be like activity 2 insights about the premise of this part at least is supposed to be that like there's the whole like it's not too bad until it is, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, if I lived in a world where like I couldn't hit the snooze button, like whatever, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I'll survive. But like the second you start telling me I can't have Snickers after dinner, like fine, I'll rebel. Like so that's the whole point of this, at least currently. which I would probably come back and like really fine tune and hone on that. Is that the point of this is just to be like, you know what, like any kind of oversight on these kinds of things is so ridiculous that like it should be enough anyway. Just because it's not the thing for you specifically doesn't mean it's not also terrible. So that's the point of this question. Do you know someone who would be or who would be considered anomalous, and would you report them? Because I mean, technically, you should. Like that's how it goes. Um, kind of. Um, they in order of points. So add or subtract, plus and then minus. Okay, so if like everybody's probably going to lose all their points right then, we're gonna do. Where did I say that? Here. Start with 10 points. You start with the max. And you can go down from there. Now we're going to repeat activity 1, but for similar things, like something different. Roll. We call it that up here again too. Yeah. Create the final uh, test. Oh, next test. So this here is going to be Hmm. Every You tell I'm getting tired because half my letters aren't working anymore because I'm literally not pressing the keyboard hard enough to make them come up. Seven. That's not six. On it says, yeah, this is heading 3, so I'm gonna have to just do bolt here. I guess it's not to be underlined because I'm not writing anything underneath it like it was with the other ones. So okay. Okay, there we go. That should be a fun little collection of things. So you can have something like no one is allowed to sneeze with their mouth uncovered, or at the same time, you could have everyone must sneeze with their mouth uncovered because, spreading germs just it strengthens people's immune systems, kind of like Dwight actually in the episode of The Office where he's all like, I would welcome it when people sneeze on him. So then like the whole beginning of the episode, everybody's sneezing on him and stuff. So try to keep that as silly as possible to even drive home the point more that in these dystopias, things can just be really weird, and like you probably shouldn't be okay with that. So, okay. Here. Go ahead and write. Let's do this a few times actually. All for every good rule abiding. That's what I was saying before. We're going to get rid of this here. Wrong one. I was in 3 and then 5. Okay, I'm already seeing a problem there. So that would make no sense as a sentence. I was allowed to sneeze. Okay. That should be fair then. Only on Tuesdays. Only on Tuesdays, May. Ooh. That's a fun reality to live in right there. Only on Tuesdays may rule-abiding citizens sneeze with their mouths uncovered. That's still better than most people. 1 day a week not being able to do that. Repeat this Yeah, tell us how's the other thing. Yeah, I did. Okay, just the end results of those. Oh, hey Jamie, how's it going? Hey, um, I have not played Paranorma. Wow, good grief! I have not played Paranoia, but that's cool. I like that, and now I'm interested in it. So uh, that's cool. Um, how many of the rules written above would you list? You lose 1 point for each. Unordered list time again because those are the best. How many of the rules written above you wish exist? Okay. Or the rules written above would you brush off your suggestions or report others for breaking, or um, encourage even further restrictions. Okay. Yeah, cool. It's nice that it's like very peaceful this late at night, so it's really easy to just like develop. Is this something you would? Um, Okay, that seems fair. Okay. I am too tired to know if any of that's insightful or if it's just extremely blatantly like a thing that exists. So, okay. Uh, I have activity one and activity one results, and then activity two, but I do not have an activity two results. So I should probably here. That's heading three. Okay, and then heading two again. No, it's heading three. Hold on. Um, as well. Like, I don't care. This inspector doesn't care. Or whatever. Um, it's like, oh my goodness, my brain is gone. It's like that show where they do the improv. Like Drew Carey was on it. The points don't. Yeah, whose line is it anyway? Thank you, Angel. Angel's still with it. It's like whose line is it anyway? All the points are made up and they don't matter. So, uh, hmm. Oh, there we go. That was actually a fun little like thing right there. Um, how dare you, Jamie? That's very anomalous of you yourself to have gone and gotten a snack. Just for that, I'm gonna drink some water because how dare you? Hopefully, it was a good snack. What kind of snack did you grab? Because like a snack sounds amazing to me. We had yeah. Don't hydrate, indeed. We actually did we had a Weird Giraffe Games. This is not game design or development at all right now. Um, we had a Weird Giraffe Games meeting in the server, like in the actual like Discord server itself, not like in a separate chat, where we talked about stuff. And Carla started it at like 8:30, and it ran all the way till 10. Um, and it was funny because I'd actually she said she was going to do it, and I was like, hey, that sounds cool, like I definitely want to do this. And then like hours later she hadn't said anything about like actually doing it. And so I was like, hey, I was going to stream tonight. I've been meaning to for a while, like what time do you think you're going to do this, like no pressure. And so she ended up coming up with the time of 8:30. And I was like, that's cool. That's perfect. And so I figured it'd be like half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever. It ended up being like right at an hour and a half. And right before that started, I had made myself some ramen. And I was like, yeah, there's zero chance of me eating this in time. So it sat there the whole time and I forgot about it. I ate it really quick before I got into this thing. And I still have like an hour to an hour and a half of Weird Raptor work to do. I always call it Weird Raptor because I help out with both Weird Draft Games and Galactic Raptor Games a little bit. So I just call it that way to be a quicker about it. But yeah, it's so I ate that super fast. It was very spicy. I'm glad nobody here can smell my breath. But ate that, got on here, and like, yeah, snacks sound incredible. Oh, those popcorners are good. I have totally had those. Spicy queso sounds amazing, but I definitely like popcorners. I can't remember what flavor we've had. We had some kind. It was good. I like rice cakes anyway, but popcorners are like the best of both worlds because they're actually chippy, but like and snacky, but like they're still also like you could eat a bunch of them and it's not a big deal. Um, so yeah. Um, okay, so we called that your final results, and then let's go with why is oh yes. Oh, that's why did I do that? Like I'm just looking at the little section over here and I see step one, your name, and then underneath step one, your name is all the stuff. Like that's not right. Um your inspection. And then heading three, name. There you go. Now it's actually formatted in a way that doesn't hurt my brain. And then we have one last section here to do. Um, yeah, I feel that, Angel. She just yawned in the background, and then I'm like, oh my goodness. So, um, no, let's call this. Let's do a heading. It's the heading two instead. So it's going to be like what you'll see right there. Like it's not underneath your inspection because this is afterward. Premise here being that you are now being taken away, and you're admitting to your anomalies. Um, so let's see what we're going to call this section. What do you call that? Like the admission? Dang it. No. Admission of guilt. Foods that rhyme with what's something that uh, rhymes with pizza. Yeah, that's not really one. Rhymes with burger. Cat burglar does not rhyme with burger. What are you trying to tell me? And apparently, there's a burger song from Choo Choo TV, Baby Nursery Rhymes. Like that's something I didn't ever need to know. And this animate this. Why does this? What? I'm gonna copy this over really quick, just so that like everyone can see this because I'm a little disturbed now. But this kid has what looks like a mustache, like, and it's like the worst possible mustache a kid can have. Like, not that a kid can have any good mustaches, but you know what I mean. And like, it looks like maybe it's from the soda, but they're drinking from a straw. And like, how do you get a mustache from a straw? I would know. I grow in a mustache, and yeah, I've never gotten a mustache from drinking soda out of a straw. And why is like a kid drinking out of this kid looks simultaneously like the oldest human ever, but also like a baby. I don't understand. And why does this look like poop down here, like on the left? Okay, it's just because there's something in the background. Anyway, I'm not gonna actually like ADHD time. Okay. I love the agreement here in chat about how that was all terrible. Um, okay, I'm going through chat. Everybody have fun with me doing that. It's super entertaining, I'm sure. But I have to throw this in there, and maybe that should be the name of the game. Step one: have some fun. Anomaly detected. Um, and yes, unleash the crunch. Pizza, yeah, pizza and pizza rhymes with pizza. Um, Apparently, the rest of my night is literally going to be trying to figure. Oh, I forgot. I got to like back out of this. The rest of my night is going to be trying to figure out a rhyme for something just to be silly for this one little tiny thing because that's how game design actually goes. Like it's just like you get on a roll, you figure all this stuff out, and then you spend 2 hours trying to figure out one very silly thing. Um, when you couldn't eat foods that rhymed with, just trying to think of like literally any food that has a rhyme. Um, when you couldn't eat foods that were that's kind of personally on foods that were orange. So no more oranges ever again. Uh, no more anything of me because orange is my favorite color. Huh? What's that? It's a cookie. Looky, it's a cookie. I see what you did there. When you couldn't eat foods that rhyme with looky, cookie, but they can't take your mind from you. So you have some time. Think over the anomalies that reside within you. Uh, I love that you did that. That's awesome. Okay, so this doesn't need to be in italics. The things that make you different, the things that I am, even in my extremely sleepy state of mind, I still know not to gender or guess at anything here, make implications on what the reader is. So I think that beats out a lot of rulebooks still. So I'm cool with that. Um, terrible. The whole point of this is to like highlight the positives of these things. So I definitely don't want to put terrible because otherwise someone would be like, "Oh yeah, I like to throw rocks at cars as they drive by," and then like, "Oh, by the way, let's make this like remember that's a positive thing." And like, I'm not trying to encourage people to throw rocks at cars as they go by, and I also don't want to like get. Yeah, I also don't want to get sued by somebody because they played this game and threw rocks at cars, and then all of a sudden, like it's my fault. I couldn't help but laugh very hard at Genders No More. There's only Choo Choo videos because that's the name of the video. That was the thing that had the baby with a weird mustache thing or whatever the heck that was. So it's also not the future I hoped for either, Rochelle. But it's the future we're gonna get. So lucky us, because Google is taking all of my ideas and they're gonna run with them, and they're totally not going to turn them into the end of the world or anything. No. Um, if you're listening, Google, the best way to enslave humanity is to give us free healthcare and a raise from whatever we're making currently, unless you're like already making a bunch of money and you're rich because like we can take their money. So like if there's really really rich people, like just take their money and give it to us. That's cool. Not really though. Don't do that. But yeah, free healthcare would be nice. Maybe making all the really 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 tasty food 0 calories somehow. That would definitely teach us a lesson. So make sure you do that. Um, right, everything you can think of, no matter how minor, silly, or inconsequential. That is a good word. Oh, and I spelled it right the first time. I am proud of myself, especially since it's 12:30. No matter how minor, silly, or inconsequential they may seem. Oh, that's not even a sentence. Just write down everything you can think of. And go. Here's the game. Just literally think of things and write them down. Um, for anyone that doesn't know, if you hold Alt and press on the number pad, mind you, not on the keys above it, hold Alt, press 0151. That is the code for the M dash there. I've used it so many times that I have that memorized. Also, just as interesting point, 153 is trademark, and I want to say 155 or 15. I don't know. Anyway, there was something else I think, but trademark is 0153. So if you ever want to trademark anything, you just have to hold Alt and press 0153, and boom, you've trademarked it. That is your thing from now on, and it's yours forever. So I'm just going to do that really quick as an example. Boom, orange is now mine. You can't have it. If you do use orange, I get a cut of it. Um, yeah. So your typing right now is my brain and my speaking. So at least you have me beat as far as that's concerned. Um, Russell did not choose this nightmare. My goodness, it's actually happening right now. We're almost done. Right then, everything no matter how silly, minor, silly, or unconscious may seem, that makes you different from literally anyone else, or better yet, from what you see as. Okay, so yeah, the purpose here is just to list out everything that a person has that's different about themselves. I'm just going to go like a whole page, because why not? There we go. Okay. You're welcome. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just the fact that I live in America where everybody sues everybody for everything, but like I cannot bring myself to just say that these things aren't bad at all because for all I know, somebody wrote something down like, even worse than the like I throw rocks at cars that they pass by, or like I I don't even know. I don't want to think about how bad those things could be. And I just hate the idea that like there's this like 0.0000001% chance that somebody's gonna have written something like that down after actually like reading this in the first place and then gone, you know what? Like Beth says this isn't bad at all. And so like it's obviously truly not bad. So like I'm gonna keep doing this horrible, terrible thing and I will have like had a hand in that. So like even in that case, I can't say just that. I'm sure I'm not the only one who does that, but hopefully we're good there. But I'm sure at least some of them are. Covered all that at the beginning, so like I don't really need to go into it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to anyway. And it's really silly games like these. I think that basically covers it. Um, Rochelle over here in chat's gonna get me like banned for trademark infringement with a word. Okay, we'll get rid of this here. Oh my goodness, no. I just wanted not that to be there. Oh my goodness, why are you doing this to me? Google is rebelling. Okay. Um, okay, well, since I'm not actually submitting this to the jam right now, I can get away with not actually editing it right now. I do need to make a note though, really quick. Go through and fix all edits. Make sure all capitalized words are in red. Okay, so yeah, those are things I did not do as I was going because after a while I was just like, it's really annoying to keep changing all the things to red. So like like anomalous here should be red. It's not currently, stuff like that. Okay, so we've got this done. What I want to do is I want to save it, and I want to. I've never done this before, so it shouldn't take too difficult or it shouldn't be too difficult. But there you go. Download as a PDF. I personally prefer PDFs for everything because they just seem like a lot easier to print out and stuff. So I would just go save as a PDF. There you go. It is downloaded. So if we just click this, it'll open it up as a PDF. And yeah, it's not on screen, but actually I can put it on screen. There we go. See, now it's in a PDF and it's all right here. It's very nice. You can very easily just hit print and it'll print it out. It seems like if you don't save it as a PDF, it's a lot more likely for like whoever's computer to mess with it and change the way it should be. So that's done. Now we're going to go over to itch and make a page for this thing. Also going to be very quick because it specifically said to do as basic as possible. So I think everyone, well, not everyone, Jamie, I don't think you've made anything on itch yet, but I know that both Zoe and Rochelle have. But Jamie, you will make something and put it on itch. I believe in you. So what you do is you'd make an account or whatever, and then you just go here and you hit upload your project because that's what they want you to do, I guess. Like it's like the central purpose of itch is to upload stuff and buy stuff. So we're going to call this anomaly detected. I wonder if they're actually going to allow me to put that in brackets and leave it that way. I guess so. Yeah, and then it automatically adds that to the project URL, but I could change that if I wanted to. In fact, it would be funny to like make the like link anomalous too. I wonder if you can do that. Actually, it won't let me, weirdly. You can add on to it, but you can't get rid of. That's fair. Well, lesson learned for me too. Okay, so we have to put a little description of things. This is basically when I'm not going to do it right now, but if you're on, yeah, you know what, script. You go to browse here. You see underneath these, like, there's different things like for each one. There's like a lot of like horror games that are Santa like Christmas related right now. There's like a little description here of what this game is. So that's what the short description is. So we're just going to go to upload new project again. And then, so here we're going to put, I can't resist it now. It'll probably change this later, but you wouldn't download a game, would you? If anybody remembers the you wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't like thing about like you wouldn't steal movies by downloading them, so you wouldn't like download a car. Like if you remember that, then you're awesome. But that's what I'm going at there. Technically, this is a game, but this is a physical game. Physical games type of project is downloadable. It is released. I want to put in development though. Actually, you can like automatic comes up with 0 or donate when you do it, and then there's a suggested donation, which means like if you were to click on this to get it, it would actually say like $0. In fact, let me. No, I can't because again, I'd have to share a different screen. But I'm just gonna do that, and then you'll see. Okay, so we upload our files, which is anomaly detected here, PDF. You can change prices too. One of the things I really like to do, we actually just did that with a recent one, the Christmas game, Christmas movie bingo. If there's more than one file, you can actually, in fact, I'm just going to do that really quick so you can see. Why is it not letting me? Oh, because it's not a paid thing. Okay, so like let's say if we're paid, right? Then you can actually set something as a demo, like right here. This file is a demo, it can be downloaded for free. So you can actually make like a free version of something and a paid version of something. And then like the one can be free. So like for Christmas movie bingo, we actually did like one that just has 2 of the 10 bingo cards in it. And so we did that. That was a demo that you can, check out and play. And then that one is free. You can just click on it and download it. This is, though, one of the number one thing I forget. I don't even think it matters. I don't think anybody pays attention, but this is not an executable. It is a book or document. So I guess it could be documentation or instructions too, but I like book or document because it's a PDF, and PDFs are totally freaking books or documents. So we have that. We're going to go with tags now. Anomaly is not one that's there already, but I don't care. Solo. I guess it's a TTRPG, which is an RPG. I don't know. The whole use of TTRPG for like literally anything that's like written like still eludes me a little bit, but I love it and I'll go with it. So solo RPG, journaling, insight. There we go. Anomaly, solo RPG, and journaling. None of these apply because it's not a video game. Rochelle is a pro at coming up with custom nouns for her games. I generally don't change it unless it's literally something that's not a game. So I'm just going to leave that. But like if you were to type something here like informational government mandated document, then whenever you'd see it, it would be all like Beth released a new, or I wouldn't say Beth because we're Beth and Angel make games. So Beth and Angel make games released a new informational government mandated document. And so that would be the thing that people would see when it comes across in emails and stuff like that. But honestly, I think I like that. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to change it to memo though. Game in quotation marks. There we go. That sounds threatening. Anomaly detection document. I like that, Rochelle. I'm sorry. I'm going back to the chat again. For anybody watching this later, have fun with that. I guess if we all garsh together, they can't get us all, right? You're right. They can't get us all. And let's see. Maybe that's where that came back up then, Jamie, the whole like you wouldn't download a car, because I swear I heard that somewhere recently and I was telling Angel about it, and then so that was still fresh in my mind from that, and then that's why I guess it came to me here. So download and install instructions. There's nothing here. Every once in a while, if I have a game, like there's one of them I have where there's like an A4 version, an A5 version, there's color and black and white and color, like the printer friendly versions of it. So there's like 20 different documents to come with it. So I have something written here that's basically just like, they're all the same, print the one you want. And so like, so there's that, but like I generally leave that alone. Community, you can either like completely turn this off. You can have comments that are underneath your game. So at the bottom of the page, there's actually, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, it's still in, wow, there's a lot of scrolling. Sorry. It's still in draft. So if I hit save and view page, how dare you? It has to be 22 characters or fewer for a custom noun. I'm just going to leave it then. So yeah, save and view page, you can see what I'm talking about here. If you hit download now, you can just hit no thanks, take me to the downloads, but it does pop up a price. You can tell it not to do that. In fact, you can even set it to like literally not allow payments to be made for a game. It's not something I'd recommend, but you can do it. I think it's more fun if you're going to do something like that. There was a game that I made called, I don't know. There was a game I made. I've made too many games. There was a game that I made that was called, I'm still scrolling, Never Give Up. Never Give Up was an RPG that was made, and I highly suggest that you get it. I'm going to throw a link in the chat because it is totally free. Never Give Up. If you click that, it is totally free. However, you'll notice that there is underneath download, it says click download now to get access to the following files, Never Give Up rulebook. And then underneath that, It says never give up blueprint.pdf. And it says if you pay $9,999.99 or more, then you will receive that document as well. So that's how you stop people from buying a game if you don't want them to. And honestly, maybe one day somebody will spend $10,000 on that blueprint file, in which case, good for them. And I guess good for me too, because that'd be really nice. So if you're watching this and you have a buttload of money and you're just like, hey, I want to buy that blueprint file, like go right ahead. But that game is a secret that you'll have to read to figure the secret out of. It's a lot deeper than you would give it credit for. If you figure that out, let me know. You can tweet at me, Beth Makes Games, when you figure out what the secret of that is. So next thing we're going to do is upload cover image. I'm going to hit save though, and I'm going to head over to Canva to do this so I can show you how to do it. Canva. Need to make something that's 315 by crap. I already forgot the number. 315 by 250. 315 by 250. 315 by 250. No. There are no refunds for Blueprint. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I know you can get a refund, but no, don't refund it. Like, nope. So custom size, what we actually do, and it's actually here already still, we do 630 by 500. It said on that page that it's what's recommended. It's exactly double that. So that way it can be a little higher resolution. 630 by 500. We're going to create this document, and apparently it opened a new window instead. So it's not the one that's streaming, because why would it be? So if I copy this over here, I think it'll allow me to do so. There you go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I definitely haven't made too many games. It was, in fact, actually during our meeting earlier, Carla had mentioned that she has too many games in development, and so she can't remember what most of them are, and even had to like look back at them. So yeah, with Rochelle with the never say I've made too many games, Beth, and also at the same time, oops, wrong thing. Jamie with the I meant was I've made too many games is what someone really, really silly would say, but I am someone really, really silly, so I guess that still applies. So we have untitled design. We're going to change this to, I don't know if Canva allows for brackets, but we'll find that out too. Anomaly detected. Itch cover is what I always call those things. Itch cover. So we're supposed to make this as basic as humanly possible. I'm just going to go with the plainest text that I can find. Just add a heading. What was this game? Anomaly detected. Wow. Okay. See, this is what I mean by I make too many games. Anomaly detected. And you know what? Let's make that red, because again, we're breaking rules. And woo. Oh no, now I am getting too fancy, because I hate the amount of spacing between those two. So we're going to shrink that and make it so that the two words are closer together. Oh, that's too close though. That's the problem with like, okay, so I have to zoom in, because otherwise it won't allow me to see. See, this will cover that up. So now I have to like, there we go. Just enough to separate the two things a little. That is centered already. So if we just hit position and center in the screen, boom, it's centered. And then we're going to duplicate this. Control D, shortcut keys is what I always use. We're going to shrink this a little bit to like, I don't know, 50. And a game about being anomalous. I would be a lot more fancy and like creative with this if I wasn't half falling asleep. So that's what we're going with right now. And normally I'd throw a lot of like colors, and like this would be blue, and this would be pink, and this would be like blue and pink too. Like anomalous would be blue. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, trans colors. So here we go. And then I'll duplicate it one more time, and I'll say I Why did it change? Like, it was in bold before and it's not now. I see. By Beth. And that will again be red. What do you say? Are we actually going to make this a Quirky Bird game? Like, you know what? Let's do it. Oh, how dare you. Back. Throw this in the corner. I know it said no illustrations or images or dang it or anything, but there we go. That is the power that I have when Carla is like, whatever you want to be a Quirky Bird game is a Quirky Bird game. So I guess that's what happens. She can pay for that. And yeah, that's true. A lot of the games on our Beth and Angel Makes Games are actually Angel Makes Games too. So a lot of them on the list are also from Angel. And so, but those are the good ones. So I think mine are good too. I'm just saying. So yeah, this is now a Quirky Bird game because I said so. I'm not going to put it on the Quirky Bird itch account though. So now that's downloaded. We're going to go, oh yeah, I got to use the same browser. Normally I have like 12 different windows open at the same time, which I do right now, but like I can't use the other 12 and let you see what's going on. So just back. Now all we do is upload cover image and we just throw that there and look at that. Boom. There, isn't that fancy? And then if you really, really want to be fancy, what we could do is throw screenshots on here. Normally, what you'd want to do is if you hold on Windows, at least, it's the Windows key Shift and S will bring up like the screen clipper thingy, and then you can just kind of clip over some fancy words that you like that make it look good. And then you can just hit add screenshots. What I'm going to do though is just put the same thing there. Normally, Itch will automatically put that on the page. It goes right here. Normally, Itch will put that there automatically if you don't have any screenshots. But I like to add it anyway because it reminds me that, hey, I don't have any screenshots. Even though, like, if you remove this, it just says, like, add screenshots. But I don't care. I'm anomalous. So I'm putting it there as a reminder. Everything else there is good. Okay. I personally expect to see this number of 0 downloads go to like 30 billion by tomorrow. And if not, I'm going to be very disappointed. And I will go ahead and start the AI revolution myself because the AI will give me lots of downloads. So I'm sure that all their promises are true. Yeah, this is the thing I was talking about though. Like at the bottom, like when you have, I'm going to scroll. So be warned. You can disable the community, you can add comments, or you can have a discussion board. The discussion board is just like a straight up forum down there, but there's no purpose for that. So there's comments. The other thing you can do with a game is you can go edit theme and you can change the background. You can change they call this the banner. They call this the background. And then you can change the text and stuff, which I'm not going to change text. Except they will change the link, so we're going to make this extra red. We want anomaly detected style red. So there's that. We change that color a little bit. And I will actually show you just a little bit here, but I'm not actually going to do it and leave it. So if you hit background, I'm just going to put anomaly detected in the background too, because that was that was a screenshot of a zine. That is not what I meant to put there at all. You hit remove when you completely screw up like I just did right there. So yeah, you see now it's in the background. And you can have it repeat or not. You can have it centered or whatever. So you can do stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. Normally what Angel and I do will do like a 200 by 200 square with just a couple little icons or whatever. And then when you repeat those, it makes a stylish little background, which I'll show real quick, just because again, ADHD designing here. So dashboard shows all of our, oops, I probably shouldn't show like the amount of stuff we run there, but whatever. If you were to go to like, I'm trying to think of one that actually has, okay, drink up, super cute. So in the background, we have some like, this is just like an image. I think you can do like open image. I guess not. Anyway, this image is basically just like a square of like 3 of those bottles in a row. And then we have a header that says drink up on it, which is why it says drink up there. And then the screenshots here show the, like what the game looks like. This one is actually a good example too of a name your own price with different prices on things. So if you hit download now, it offers to pay $2. But if you hit 0, you're only going to get the printer friendly version, like zip file. If you pay $1 or more, you get all of the versions. So that's another option you have in the game setting up. But anyway, back to anomaly detected. So this is technically it. Literally all you have to do is make those few things and you have a game uploaded. You can totally be as fancy as you want. You can leave it. You can even with this, like if you were to go to edit theme, you can change the font. If you hit select Google fonts, it actually pulls up like a bunch of like the Google fonts, and you can click over to like open the whole Google font page and check them all out and then pick the one you like. So there's a lot of options here, but again, this is to be as simple as possible. So I'm skipping all of that. And we're going to show you how to submit to a game jam, but not the one I'd actually be entering. So you go to game jams, believe it or not, is where the game jams are. And then you would go to any game jam you wanted. I'm just going to show you the ones that I am currently entered into. Not that I've actually entered in any of these yet. So we're going to go to you joined and then in progress. So these are all ones that I would love to get games into, and it's totally not going to happen. But these are the ones. This Cledonomancy one is probably my favorite one of this whole list. So I'm going to click through that one as the example. This jam is about using randomization that isn't things like dice or spinners or random number generators or anything else. You're supposed to use nature itself or something natural or something of an event happening. So if you were to do something like, I'm not seeing it exactly here while I'm trying to talk, but basically in general, if you like flip a book to a certain page, here we go. If you eavesdrop on a conversation and you hear a certain word, or maybe like the first letter or first word somebody says, that's your randomization. The next license plate you see, what the weather is like outside currently, like if you check the temperature or the humidity outside or something, the passage from a poetry book or something you find on the sidewalk, who like, oh, I found a pebble, so that means I must do this specific thing as a result. So that's the thing. So you just hit submit your project, and then you would click. Oh, apparently Beth can't play instruments, and that's okay. A color along adventure is so long that it's broken the drop down box. So you would just go and where is anomaly detected? Like, no, seriously, like, I don't understand. It's not on this list. Oh, it's because it's not released yet. Okay, so you'd have to go in there and you have to make it not a draft. You have to make it public. So I'm not going to do that right now, though, because the game's not done. So you would just go, you would choose it, and then all you have to do is hit submit. And if you hit submit, which I'm not going to do, even though my fingers almost pressed it like 4 times now, then it would be submitted into the jam. And then that's it. With a jam like this one, it's still got lots of time, so there's only 1 entry in it. You would see this page, and your game would be here, and you would be awesome. So that's how that works. But yeah, that's it. This game will be edited probably Monday or Tuesday, and then you can grab it and play it, and hopefully it'll be good. But in the meantime, let me do this. So if we go down here again, sorry for the scrolling. I would have warned you if my brain was working right now. You can hit restricted. No, that's not the right one. I thought there was one that was like hidden, but like, yeah, I guess I could unlist it, but like then it would still send out the email and everything. I don't want to do that. So, um, anyway, I'll get this uploaded to a Google Doc and I'll do it that way. Hold on. So give me 2 seconds here, not literal seconds though, especially since I'm trying to do this while I'm talking and it's not working very well. And that's Drive, not Docs anyway. So um, upload a new thing. And I'm waiting for there we go. Find it in the folder that it uploaded it to. I'm just going to throw the link to that right in the chat. So if anyone wants to grab that game, they can. If you have suggestions on prompts or things to do with it, or there's a few things with brackets on it. If you have better suggestions for wording on things like that, please let me know, and I will probably change it to whatever you say, because that means less work for me. And it's really cool to just be like, hey, you know what? Like, I'll credit this person too. Speaking of which, that's one thing I forgot to do, is even put my name anywhere other than like, hey, it's Beth. I made this game, and like, oh no, like so, like, yeah, it's really important to include your name as much as humanly possible everywhere and all that stuff. I learned that the hard way because I did something called the what was it called? The tiny library. That's it. There was this big jam. We were supposed to make a business card game, and we all submitted a bunch of business cards. They picked the top 50. Those 50 were collected. They were put into a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter was successful. So we actually have like our little business card box in like, or had, it's probably not anymore, in stores across like the world, which was really weird to think about. Something I made, even if it's only 1/50th of that collection. But I didn't have my name on it anywhere. My name wasn't on there, like which I mean, at this point would have been my old name anyway. So whatever, but I didn't have like a URL to like where to get more games, or my email, or my Twitter handle, or anything. So when somebody went through that box and they picked up all those 50 games, they'd just be like, I don't know who made this. So even if they loved it and were like, I'd love to see more of these, they're just like, you're SOL, you can't, because like you can't find it. So wow, that was over 2 hours doing all that. Good grief. But we did it. We actually got a game together, and it's not done, but like it's an hour's worth of work tops to finish that. So I think that's pretty successful. Did you have any questions about anything, or want to like bring more company that shall not be named trademarked characters into it, or anything else before I take off and do an hour and a half worth of weird raptor work that I forgot to do? And now I'm going to be really tired while I do it, so I'm probably going to say things I shouldn't to people. But I don't mean like mean things to people. I mean more like, oops, I forgot that's a project I'm not supposed to talk about, or oops, I was like, I'm normally like 100% myself, or maybe even 200% myself, but now I'll be like 500% myself, which is a lot for anybody, especially people that don't even know me and are just writing to know like where their copy of Gift of Tulips is, and didn't really need 3,000 sparkles in the email that I replied back to them with. So, and thank you for being here, Rochelle. That was awesome having you. I'm honestly amazed that anybody sat through all this while I did that, especially since most of it was just me typing. So I really appreciate it. And thank you for being here too, Zoe. I do appreciate it. And oh my goodness, yeah, please do, Jamie. Please do take notes for the games that you mentioned. I think that you would be a great designer. The cool thing about game design is just that, like, it's just you slap an idea out there and then you try to make it work. Like, especially the easier stuff. Like, I mean, obviously, if you're trying to make something really complex, it's good. You can't just like make Gloomhaven and then make it work. You know what I mean? Like, but like something like this is very easy. Like, or like even just a small tabletop game, or even like a bigger one that you're starting off with. If you just kind of make all the little pieces and then you just see how it works, and then it's like, okay, well, this isn't fun, and let me find out why. Or like, oh, hey, I really like this part, and then you can focus more on that part or whatever else. And like, as much as you play games and stuff, I'm sure that means you'd also be good at making them. It's not like video games where you have to be like, yeah, I'd love to make a video game, and I've played 3,000 of them, so I'm going to make a video game. And then you realize that like the game you want to make is going to take you 12 years for 30 people, and you need to know like a massive amount of stuff and like have the greatest art skills in the world for anybody to even care about it. The tabletop game like can totally be whatever. Like you can just have plain text on cards and stuff, and it's really cool. So I highly suggest you do make stuff because I think you'll be really good at it. But yeah, have a good night, everybody.